People often ask, what can I do? The answer is not so difficult. Learn, challenge, act, now.
It's May 9th, 2022. Welcome to Podcast. My name is Rico Brouwer. I'm the host. This is English spoken, but we have many languages present currently. We're going to talk about the legal situation of Julian Assange and all actions and activism and support taking place in Europe currently. So this is Podcast, which in Dutch is pot with candle. I light one at the start of a show. And these are all my guests from all over Europe. So we are within Europe currently, aren't we?
We have to educate each other. We have to celebrate those who reveal the truth and denounce those who poison our ability to comprehend the world that we live in.
But somebody said that we should approach musicians and try to get them in their concert or any of their events to just do a call out for Julian Assange. And I think that's quite an exciting idea.
What happened in Brussels April 22nd? So that was the rally. How did that came about and what did you guys do?
It came about because it was organized by this group of people who was different than most of other organizations. There was not a single person in charge, but everyone was taking responsibility. And I think this is the beauty of this group, that everyone feels they are part of the group in equal way if they are only willing to do so.
Now, if the law is not applied evenly to one and all, then the law is an ass. And we need to stand up and fight for Julian Assange's freedom, but also Julian Assange's protection as a journalist and Julian Assange's protection as an award-winning, high-tech publishing visionary who has very humanely tried to protect whistleblowers going forward into the future. He has actually done all of us a service. We the citizens who need to know what is going on behind the scenes. We the citizens who need to know what the government is doing in our name. And we the citizens who need to know about corporate corruption and war crimes.
It started with the idea that perhaps people should ask artists performing at concerts to make a mention for Julian Assange, to sing a song, to call out for him. And then one of the two people who don't want to be named, they came up with the idea of organizing the concert by ourselves. And it came to fruition only because everyone in the group felt equally responsible. We could all contribute our suggestions, and this is what happened.
Behind these prison walls, in solitary confinement, in a land of rolling hills and royalty, and other such refinement, is someone who is a hero to whistleblowers everywhere, who help them tell the world of the crimes of Tony Blair. Behind these prison walls, you will find a mortal man.
I'm Monnaie. I'm from Leipzig in Germany, and I'm an artist and an activist for Julian Assange since 2010 actually, since the collateral murder video came out and he was attacked then in the public. Yeah.
So what's happening in Leipzig, Monnaie?
So in Leipzig will take place the first, or I was told that it is actually the first international group exhibition of artists who stand for Julian Assange. So the whole exhibition is only, the exhibition title is Julian's Freedom is Your Freedom, and every artist join created work about Julian and his case. we have installation, we have sculpture, we have actually songs which will be played in the gallery. We have paintings, we have poems, video art, everything what we have so far in from artists joined. And on the 2nd of July, we will open with a vernissage. And on the 3rd, we have a program as well. And this whole exhibition will go then until September the 4th, where we then may do in between different little events like lectures and stuff like this as well to continuously bring people into the exhibition. And the artwork is for sale as well. And all the artists who submitted their work already said that they don't want to have their share of the artwork, that it can all go to the campaigning for Julian. So it's also, of course, to raise money for Julian's legal cost. And yeah, I just see David wrote a comment. We have to talk about the exhibition because I invited him, of course, too. And we would looking forward to have him here as well. Yeah, so this is like a wonderful artist from, we have artists from Japan, from UK, from the Netherlands, from France, everywhere. So which already applied. Yeah, I started to create this exhibition or come up with this idea because I was I use no word, I was really pissed off by many artists. I was posting always on my Instagram profile about Julian's case, in between posts I did about my own artwork. And I found out that when I posted a piece of art and people write comments, they sent me likes, but there was like nearly no reaction on a post I did about Julian. And there was like totally quiet, apart from one artist here from Leipzig, Bea, who is now my partner in creating this exhibition. And then I made a post on Instagram where I really lost my temper about the fact that so many artists are so quiet and not saying anything about Julian's case, like hiding. And I wrote actually an article about this too. The article is based on a quote by Nina Simone. How can you be an artist and not reflect times?
For you. Collateral murder video debunks US version. Victims in Baghdad were not enemy killed in action, but civilians. Runs business and makes millions. Afghanistan, US military hires local child prostitutes. April 11, 2019. Julian Assange is jailed in London.
Every artist needs to understand that what is done to Julian is such an injustice and is such a torture that we have to stand up. And you said before that we have to connect through art, and artists have a duty, and this is why I'm doing this. I want to bring the artists together who stand for Julian, wherever they come from the world and whichever medium they're working in.
My name is Davide Dormino. I come from Italy, Rome, and I'm a visual artist, a sculptor, and I'm the artist behind the artwork Anything to Say, the traveling sculptures with Julian Assange, Edward Snowden, and Chelsea Manning standing on chairs with an empty chairs next to them. Yeah.
So, if maybe we should move to Anything to Say, Davide. That thing is now in Italy. It's gone home, or what?
Yeah, we brought the statue to Udine in the north of Italy 2 days ago, and the statue will remain there until the May 15. And the sculpture is exactly in front of this place where we have the meeting. So, but until today, lots of people stood on the chair during these days. I received a lot of pictures of people that's standing on, and take pictures and everything. So yeah, this is my little contribution to the Assange case, and frankly, I'm very happy that someone said that is a symbol of this battle. So I'm very proud, but I want to remind to everyone that this artwork was produced from a crowdfunding, where more than 500 people from all over the world gave me money to produce the statue. The money didn't cover all the costs of the sculptures, but it was good to feel that it was something of public interest.
You can't build a just civilization out of ignorance and lies. If you give up what is uniquely yours as a human being, if you surrender your consciousness, your independence, your sense of what is right and what is wrong, in other words, perhaps without knowing it, you become passive and controlled, unable to defend yourselves and those you love. We have to educate each other. We have to celebrate those who reveal the truth and denounce those who poison our ability to comprehend the world that we live in.
But did you know each other?
No.
So how, from the first idea of let's do a concert, how then did it become a concert? Or I mean, like a festival like it was?
I have to say, because Marie and her group were well known to be some of the most active activists in Europe. And they were chosen basically for their dedication and activism. And then it was really, I have to say, it was an utter blessing that Michel joined, because then the whole group became, it got a shape and direction. I will leave it to Marie-France.
For me, Brussels has been chosen not because of us, surely not, but because it's the capital of the European Union. And the rally wants to ask the parliamentary to get involved in the case of Julian Assange. The choice of Brussels, of course, was for the parliamentary. And at least we get the Mick Wallace, which came to speak. And Mick Wallace is parliamentary, very involved in Assange case for a long time with Claire Daly. And in November last year, they organized a meeting with John Shipton, and they asked as a parliamentary to come and to discuss with John Shipton to organize a cross group inside of the European Parliament.
Organizing a concert and a rally and a lecture. That was the main goal, you know. It's to bring awareness to young people, to people who can understand this, but they're not aware because the press doesn't talk about this. So what we wanted to do is to bring awareness to the population and be there in Brussels, you know, and say, hey, Europe, what are you going to do to help this guy get out of jail?
One thing I just wanted to share, and sorry to interrupt you, Michelle, is just the incredible group of people who participated in organizing this. And it was such an incredibly ambitious idea, which came off as a total success. And you know, as it began with the lecture in the Free University, the ULB University in Brussels, where Deepa Driver spoke, brilliantly for an hour, and then also Christophe Marchand spoke for a little bit, probably about 45 minutes, and spoke very well about, because he's an expert in European law. And then we had Roger Waters, the famous Roger Waters, who came in on a video call, and we're all in the lecture theatre with Roger Waters talking to us, and he's just an amazing man. So, to begin the sort of 2-day event with that was just incredible. And once that had come off and had been a success, we were sort of gathering courage. But the thing that to me was all of these incredible speakers, from people like Jeremy Corbyn, and as Camilla mentioned, Mick Wallace, the European Member of Parliament, and also the former Prime Minister of Iceland, Ögmundur, I can never quite pronounce his name. And there was a list of about 10 other people who spoke. I can't remember at the moment. Obviously, Stella Assange, Julians' incredible wife, spoke. And the thing that really moved me was the willingness of all of these important people to participate, and all the wonderful people from different countries who were involved in organizing things. And the moment that I had that just made my sort of was, I was in the square on Saturday morning, and it was due to start at 2:00. And we had everything. We had the stage, we had the marquees, we had the 50 chairs for Davide Domino to do the standing on the chair event, which was incredible. And yet there was nobody. And this was at 1:45. And then suddenly, at 1:55, the whole square was filled with people. And they'd come from different countries like Germany and Switzerland and France and Spain on buses. And they'd arrived on time and got off. And they came into the square, just flooded the square with banners and placards, and they were shouting in different languages, free Julian Assange. And that for me was the most wonderful thing to see. And I think we all felt that beautiful feeling of love, that we were all doing something together, and no matter where we came from, we were doing something good.
When there was a final dance to introduce Stella Assange as the last speaker, but to my amazement, when all the chairs were pulled up behind the dancers, on the chairs were Jeremy Corbyn, the politician from Germany, I forget his name now, but there were all the speakers who had been on stage were still there, as you say, and they actually stood on the chairs as well to join in. So that was very impressive. But as far as, for future initiatives, if people wanted to join, there's perhaps a Wembley initiative, there's Leipzig, and there's petitions going on, also a Dutch petition that still can be signed.
To start to help the little initiatives and to make like little Brussels all over Europe, and why not all over the world. Organize Wembley and spread through the singers and the comedians in the theaters, that message, that they interrupt their performances and they send that message to the world.
Excellent. So let's leave it there. Thank you all for contributing your experiences, and looking forward to meeting you in Leipzig. Have a great evening.
Thank you. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. I'm really moved. Thank you for being here. When people ask me how I am, I don't really know how to answer the question. because most of the time I'm fine. But it's hard. It's a month to the day since Julian and I got married in Belmarsh prison. And it was a sweet and happy moment for us amidst all this horror. And if there's something in this experience that has become more and more clear and stark, it is how, as much as there is horror, there is humanity, there is sympathy, there is decency, and you cannot lose sight of that.
Het gaat hier vandaag over saamhorigheid.
Dagje zonder hemel. Rustig, liegt niet. Normaal maken, wat niet is normaal.
Every nation in every region now has a decision to make.
En dan ook geen hel meer.
You think I'm joking? Predator drones.
Dat is best makkelijk.
You will never see it coming.
Wat dacht je alle mensen?
Laat staan dat ik kan ingaan over vuur.
Bezig met vandaag.